All right, everybody. Let's talk heroes and, well, home ownership.
Ooh, home ownership, always a hot topic.
Isn't it though? Especially when it comes with, ways to make it more affordable. And that's where this whole Homes for Heroes thing comes in.
Okay, yeah, I've heard that name thrown around, but to be honest, I'm a little fuzzy on the specifics.
So it's basically all about making home ownership a bit smoother, shall we say, for people in those professions that, are all about serving our communities.
Got it. So like a thank you, in a way,
Exactly. Kind of a concrete way to show some appreciation, which, is always a good thing.
for sure. So where do we even start unpacking this whole Homes for Heroes thing?
Well, we've got these two web pages from, let me get this right, the Fonseca Property Group, I think it is. Yeah, Fonseca Property Group. They're a real estate team, part of Keller Williams Realty.
Okay, so straight from the real estate world then. Makes sense.
And what's cool is they're big on this whole Homes for Heroes program. So we get kind of a two-for-one here. We learn about the program itself, but also get to see it in action.
Oh, I like that. A practical lens is always helpful. So hit me with it. What is Homes for Heroes all about? Give me the rundown.
Okay, so picture it like a giant network, right? But instead of connecting you with, I don't know, people from high school you'd rather forget, it links heroes.
Okay, by heroes we're talking.
We're talking firefighters, teachers, healthcare professionals, people in the military.
Got it. So essentially, folks who've dedicated themselves to serving others in some capacity.
Exactly. And it links them with everyone involved in buying or selling a home,
Hmm.
like real estate agents, mortgage lenders, all that jazz.
Streamlining the process, it sounds like.
And the best part, savings.
All right, now you've got my attention. Savings on a home purchase.
Yeah.
Coming more. Is this a new initiative? Sometimes these things are a bit of a flash in the pan, yeah?
Can't be surprised. Get this, Homes for Heroes, it actually got started right after 9/11.
Wow, after 9/11. Talk about a powerful origin story.
Right. I think it really says a lot about where it came from, like a genuine desire to do something meaningful for those who serve. And the fact that it's still going strong, that says even more.
Absolutely. But sending me aside for a moment, what kind of impact are we talking here? Has it actually made a difference?
Oh, you better believe it. Hold on to your hats because the numbers are pretty impressive. They've helped over 67,000 heroes so far.
That's a lot of people.
And get this, a combined savings of, get ready for it, $131 million in real estate transactions.
Whoa. Okay, so we're not talking about chump change here.
Oh, no, we're talking serious savings. And we're looking at over like $18 billion in home sales through the program. They've got almost 4,000 real estate and mortgage professionals on board across the country.
It's like this whole other network running alongside the real estate industry.
It's wild, right? And remember how we said a portion of the profits goes to other heroes in need?
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. It sounded interesting, but I wanted the nitty-gritty on the program first.
Well, through their Homes for Heroes Foundation, they've donated over $1.5 million.
That's incredible. So not just about helping individuals buy or sell homes, but also putting that money back into the community.
Exactly. They seem pretty committed to this whole supporting heroes thing.
More than just a financial perk, for sure. There's real heart behind it, clearly. All right, I'm hooked. Let's unpack this a bit more, shall we?
Okay, but who are these heroes, right? Like, who qualifies for this whole Homes for Heroes deal? I think the scope might surprise you. It's not just, the usual suspects.
All right, you've piqued my curiosity. It's one thing to throw around a word like heroes, but in the context of a program like this, definitions matter.
For sure. So you might think it's limited to, like, folks in uniform or something, but it gets broader than that.
Okay, walk me through it.
So first responders are a given, right? Firefighters, EMTs, paramedics, law enforcement officers, all those brave souls.
Right, the folks who run towards danger while most of us are running away.
Exactly. But then we branch out. We're talking active military personnel, reserves, veterans from all branches, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, you name it, they've got it covered.
Past and present service, duly noted.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But what about those who serve in ways that aren't always in the spotlight?
Oh, they've got that covered too. Healthcare professionals are a big one. And not just doctors and nurses, by the way. We're talking the whole spectrum, specialists, technicians, everyone keeping those hospitals running.
Especially after the last few years, those folks deserve all the appreciation in the world.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the educators. Shaping young minds It's no easy feat.
Definitely its own kind of heroism.
Right, and Homes for Heroes gets that. Teachers from pre-K all the way up to university professors, they're all in.
Yeah.
Even the administrative staff, actually.
So it's really about recognizing that heroism comes in many forms, often outside the traditional boxes we put it in.
That's what I like about it. It broadens the horizon a bit. Okay, but let's get down to brass tacks. How much are we talking about saving here? Because a few bucks is nice, but with real estate, it's got to be worthwhile.
That's the million-dollar question, right? Anyone looking to buy or sell wants to know what's in it for them.
Absolutely. So, according to the Fonseca Property Group's website, the average savings through Homes for Heroes is $3,000.
Okay, so not just a drop in the bucket then. That could be the difference between swinging a down payment or not, especially for first-time buyers.
Exactly. And get this, if you're both buying A&D, selling a property through them, that savings could double. We're talking potentially $6,000 back in your pocket.
Right, now you're speaking my language. Suddenly those closing costs seem a little less daunting.
Right. And remember, we talked about those real estate specialists. Working with one who's part of the Homes for Heroes network, like those at Fonseca Property Group, could save you, on average, an extra $2,300 per transaction.
Okay, so there's a financial incentive to tap into that expertise. Makes sense.
Totally. And it's not just the agent's commission either. There are potential savings on other stuff too, like lender fees, title services, even home inspections if you go through their partners.
So it streamlines the whole process.
Right.
A&D makes it less financially stressful. Sign me up. Although, gotta ask, what's the catch? There's got to be a catch.
That's the best part. According to the website, at least, there is no catch. It's completely free for heroes to use.
Seriously. No hidden fees, no hoops to jump through.
Nope. No strings attached, just a genuine thank you in the form of, well, substantial savings.
Wow, that's surprisingly transparent, especially in an industry that's often, let's face it, associated with fine print and hidden costs.
I know, right? Really drives home that whole giving back angle.
It does make you wonder, though, from a purely practical standpoint, how does a program like this stay afloat? If they're not charging heroes, how do they keep the lights on?
So the Fonseca Property Group's website actually addresses that. Basically, when a hero buys or sells a home with a Homes for Heroes specialist, that specialist shares a portion of their commission with Homes for Heroes.
So it's a commission-sharing model. Makes sense. The heroes get their savings, the agents are incentivized to participate, and Homes for Heroes gets to keep doing its thing.
Everybody wins. But speaking of those specialists, can we circle back to Fonseca Property Group for a sec? I mean, their website is what got us on this whole Homes for Heroes thing in the first place.
True that. Their enthusiasm is contagious, I'll give them that. And it's a good reminder that while we're looking at this big picture stuff, these things really play out on a personal level.
Exactly. And those personal connections, they make all the difference. So for those who aren't familiar with the Austin real estate scene, Fonseca Property Group is a family-run team, part of Keller Williams Realty. And get this, they each have their own little niche, their own area of expertise.
Okay, I like that. Specialization within a team usually means a better experience for the client. You're not getting a one-size-fits-all approach.
Right. It shows they've put some thought into it. Like Jennifer, she seems like the heart of the operation, Really focused on making sure clients feel comfortable, supported, all that good stuff.
That human touch goes a long way, especially in a process as potentially stressful as buying or selling a home.
Totally. And then there's Rick. He specializes in first-time home buyers and renters, which, let's be real, that first step onto the property ladder can be super exciting, but also kind of terrifying.
For sure. It's a whole learning curve. Having someone who gets that and can guide you through it makes a world of difference.
Absolutely. And last but not least, we've got Renee. He's the numbers guy, seems to be all about that data-driven approach, works with investors, and, you guessed it, heroes.
Smart. Especially in today's market. Having that analytical edge can be invaluable. They've really covered all their bases, haven't they?
Right. So to bring this all back home, if you're listening to this and you're in one of those professions we talked about, or someone who is, Homes for Heroes is definitely worth looking into.
I second that. And remember, we just scratched the surface here. If something resonated with you, dive in deeper. Do your research. See if you qualify. You never know what doors might open.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's about more than just saving money. It's about recognizing the incredible contributions these everyday heroes make. All right, everyone, that's a wrap on this deep dive. Until next time.